Hey guys, what's going on? Casual Spanking over here, and today we will be reviewing the Sig P226 for the Assaulter class. Now this is the standard pistol that comes with the Assaulter class, and you can't change it. No matter what you do, you can't change it. And the tough part about this is I can't really tell which model P226 this is, because I've gone onto the SAS-R page and gone to their products and pistol listings and stuff like that, and they have countless models, so it's really difficult to tell which exact model this is. But one thing I can say though with some certainty is that I think it might be the 9mm version, because you do have 15 rounds in the magazine plus one in the chamber, making that a total of 16 rounds that you can fire out pretty quickly, but not quite as quickly as you could with the G23 for the Spec Ops class, you know. And I feel that this is a bit of an issue with the weapon, because in my opinion, I thought you would have been firing the 357 Sig, which is pretty much a, you know, a 357 round kind of downloaded in grains and kind of stuff like that. And I figured that that would have been nice to have. You know, you got the stopping power of the 357 with the lowered recoil. But what I noticed about the weapon though, and I think you guys will see at one point later on in the video, I'm actually peeking around the corner very, very slowly, because I know there were a couple of guys chasing me, and I figured that if I'm the first one to get sighted them around the corner, I could drop them fairly quickly, because I can pull the trigger pretty damn fast. And I feel that when I was using this pistol, I myself was not the problem, because I can pull out, for example, the HK45, the G23, and completely go to town with them. But this weapon, I just felt that the fire rate matched with the damage. It just did not kind of hold out. As you guys will see, I will shoot one of the guys 4 times in, you know, center mass, upper body, and he has enough health left to back up out of cover while his buddy moves around behind the car. Put a couple of rounds into him as well, and none of them drop. And by that time, I'm out of ammo. All 16 rounds have been expended. I did hit the guy at least 4 times. A couple of rounds were lost in transition when I was transitioning from one target to the other, and then the last remaining rounds hit the actual target behind the car. And all this before either of them could get their weapon sights on me. So I'd say I was in pretty good control of the weapon at the time, but I still lost out purely due to the lack of stopping power and just overall fire rate. Maybe if I could have had a slightly faster fire rate, I could have gotten a few more rounds into each target, or at least into one target, and dropped him. So that would have been one less target for me to worry about, and only one gun pointing in my direction. And I do feel I lost out in quite a few situations, you know, just to stuff like that happening. Another thing I noticed is that playing as the Assaulter class and trying to go with just straight up pistols, you know, facing, you know, face-to-face enemies and stuff like that, it's not a very smart thing to do. One thing I noticed when I was doing the heavy gunner was that you have to power the 45 caliber, plus I have pretty hefty magazine capacity with 11 rounds. But then you also got to remember, I know it's less than the Sig P226, but you do more damage per shot, and you have a pretty high rate of fire and very low recoil, so you're going to be dealing death everywhere you go. With the G23 for the Spec Ops class, you don't necessarily deal out as much damage, but you have an extremely high rate of fire and virtually no recoil. So you're basically just popping shot after shot after shot. That, you know, matched to a high magazine capacity, makes for a pretty deadly combination, on top of the signal scan and incredible speed. So that on its own, those two classes are, I'd say, are pretty well matched to the pistols that they've been given. With the Assaulter class, one thing I noticed was that not only am I lacking in speed, I'm lacking in rate of fire, I'm lacking in damage, and I don't have any special ability to allow me to see where my targets are, so that I might get my sights on them before they have a chance to raise their weapons towards me. As you guys will see a couple of times when I'm coming across targets, I mean, it doesn't matter if I've raised my gun first, they have their primaries out, they're going to light me up and shred me to pieces. And this happened quite a bit. As you guys will see, I do go negative in the match, but I did have other clips, guys, where I did really well with pistols in different games, but I figured that that'd be kind of, you know, cheating if I just kind of took a bunch of good clips of me with a pistol and kind of tossed them in and just made it look like the pistol was freaking amazing, which, you know, I don't think is fair. If you guys are watching this, it's to see how well the pistol can perform on its own in the hands of an average gamer, which is what I am. I'm not in any means a spectacular gamer, none of that. I just play for the fun of the game, and that's what I do. And then I make these videos so you guys can see what any any average person can do with the weapons. And I just felt I would show you guys possibly the best game I had with the pistol, running just the pistol, close quarters kind of map. And honestly, if you can flank your targets, that's great. But also remember, you don't have the speed to, you know, get up real nice and close to them. If you're flanking and you can see that you're starting to turn, don't do what I did and try to move closer before you start firing. Just start lighting them up right away, which might take them by surprise and cause them to kind of panic, and you might be able to drop them. Don't try to risk getting closer, because you will just lose out any fight against any weapon at close range, unless it's another Sig P226, which at which point you just kind of want to hope to God you get more headshots than the other guy does. But that's really, I mean, all I've got to say for the weapon, guys. I would just go ahead and, you know, pair it up to something. Don't use it unless you have to. You know, do what you can with the pistol that you have. If you have to run pistols only because you want to impress somebody or get an Apache with pistols and just, you know, put it up on YouTube, because that would be freaking sweet. Just go ahead and, you know, basically do what you have to do with another pistol. Alright guys, sorry about that. I actually just lost my train of thought. I had my sister come knocking on my door, but let me just cut down to the chase. If you guys have to use this pistol for any reason whatsoever, leave it as your secondary. Don't try to run with it as your primary. I mean, a lot of the time, I guess I could have gotten some more kills, but German just kind of got the last shot in. But I'm not going to begrudge him that. Obviously, whoever gets the kill gets the kill. But, again, guys, don't run this pistol as a primary. Horrible decision on my part. But I figure I want to keep this series going. I will finish it. Still struggling with the Vickers 1911, so as soon as I get something somewhat solid for you guys with that, I will go ahead and post it. And then, of course, for the G18, I'm actually planning something different for the G18 for the sniper class. I'm going to go ahead and take the G18 from this game, Battlefield 3, and Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, and just kind of throw them in and compare them. I'll do Modern Warfare 3, but I don't have it, so scratch that one. And just to see how the weapon varies between the games, you know, recoil patterns, that kind of stuff. But with that, guys, that is it for this video. If you guys enjoyed it, please leave a thumbs up. Share the video, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and guys, I'm gonna just ask very nicely over here if you guys could just share the channel with somebody you know that might enjoy stuff like this. Please do, just one friend, that would be great to kind of help the channel grow, reach more people, and then hopefully we'll have a solid base to kind of go into Battlefield 4 and all the next gen games that are coming out. Still don't know whether I'm going PlayStation 4 or Xbox One, but with that, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and leave it, and I'll catch you later. Peace. Thanks for watching. I should have probably said that before I said peace. Alright, catch you guys later.
Send a package. Victory's ours. Good work.